All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Anderson Chauskas, and I'm the Chief Market Analyst here at Markets.com. And today is Thursday, the 19th, yes, the 19th of June, 2025. Look, I wanted to pick up quickly on Euro USD, the little technical analysis here on this one of the most traded Forex pairs. Look, first of all, after we had a beautiful reversal back here, back in the beginning of January, we rebounded from, we avoided that parity moment, and moved away from the 1.0177 territory and traveled higher all the way to the point of 1.1631, and that has been reached at the end of last week. So basically, that's the highest point, the current highest point of this year. We did surpass this initial barrier, which was the highest point of April, but then we kind of drifted back down. And looking at the weekly chart, you'll see that we failed to stay above that. So we failed to see the body of this weekly candle to stay above this previous highest point of the year. So look, I talked about such scenarios before, and that's why I wanted to pick up on this, because I said, I don't know if you're following me or you have seen my videos before, basically where I keep on saying over and over the same thing. Whenever we get like a situation like this, like you see here on the weekly chart, when we get a move, let's say it's an all-time high, or an all-time high for this year, right? A new highest point for this year. We do travel there, and we surpassed the previous one. But then at the end of the week, we struggle to remain above the high of the previous high, and that kind of becomes a little bit of a bearish indication. The same story, like I said, with all-time highs as well, and we do see them reversals, and this is exactly what we're seeing right now. We did have a move higher this week. We did try to make a move back to the highest point of this year, but we failed. And look at this, we failed in a day even actually to stay above the previous high, and we started drifting lower. Now, am I getting very bearish? Not really, not too bearish, but am I considering a correction a little bit, a larger correction? Well, in a way, yes, because yes, the euro has been on the stronger side, but now I think it's time for the US dollar to kind of take the spotlight. Because also, if you forgot that the US dollar, where's that DXY index? US dollar is near a key area of resistance, which is this downside line taken from the highest point of February. So we're, in a way, we're kind of ready to break this one. We formed something of a possible double bottom here, but again, with this, I mean, it's still a little bit too early to say that it's a double bottom, because again, the downside line remains intact. As long as we stay below the downside line, we kind of need to stick to to that trend. So in a way, in this case, the trend is to the downside. However, my preference here on DXY to aim for lower levels is only on a drop below the kind of nice 7.28 zone ish here, this one right there, and then we'll take it from there. So we're a little bit higher up, but yeah, it's worth the wait, because maybe, just maybe, this is going to be the time for DXY to break higher. Let's see. Again, there's like I said, there's craziness happening in the world right now. Everybody's trying to bomb each other. But in general, the safe haven status of the US dollar could come back to life here, and that's why I am kind of considering a possible move lower on the Euro USD. But again, there are still things to confirm. So in a way, also, let's have a look if what could make sense here on the euro dollar and how we could play this game. So one thing I really wanted to pick up on is not this one, this idea here. So there we go. Let me just a second. Let me just mark the lines here. So this is what I wanted to pick up on. And look, we could be in a rising channel here. And well, actually could be we were in the rising channel, and probably we're somewhat still are, because we're testing the lower side of it. Yes, we pierced through it today, but the question is, I mean, what's going to happen on Friday, tomorrow, where we're going to end? If we're going to remain today somewhere below this lower side of the, if we see the body of the daily candle remaining below this lower side of the rising channel, then yes, there is it could be opening the door to some lower levels, like for example towards the 50-day EMA shown here as the green line, and then we'll go from there. So for now, it's still a little bit of a tricky moment. Today's Thursday. Today the U.S. markets are closed, so maybe not that much volatility. But tomorrow, when the market opens up, yeah, that's where, we could see more volatility. We could see, further escalation in terms of, the conflict, the Middle East conflict. And yeah, this is where if US decides to again jump in and bomb another country, then yep, we could see maybe the US dollar actually picking up the pace. So that's because of the safe haven status. And this is where, like I said, we could see maybe Euro USD drifting a little bit to the downside. Again, this is just a theory. This is just an idea. Let's see what's going to happen. And of course, for now, we're monitoring this very carefully. We have some levels, but in a way, I'm kind of yeah. We can keep an eye on the 1.1454 ish zone there, but just like as an additional reference, but. Still, keeping an eye on the lower side of the rising channel. If we do remain below that, then yes, I will go lower towards my 50-day EMA. And then I'm not saying that I'm going to go very much to the downside. Maybe the 100-day EMA could be a nice option, but let's go slowly in this. Let's not rush into things. For me to, let's say, jump into action to the upside, well, I would need to see a push back above the highest point of April, which is around the 1.1573-ish. If we do push back above that area, I will go for the current highest point of this year, and then maybe even higher. So let's see. Again, for now, we're being very careful with this rising channel idea. So yeah, we'll take it from there. So keep that in mind. In terms of economic data, going further tomorrow, let's have a look. We don't have really much stuff happening from the European side on the European front, but on the U.S. side, we have the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, which is expected to improve a little bit. If that's the case, then yes, maybe it could also help strengthen the U.S. dollar. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time, your views, your likes, your comments, everything I do. And so thank you very much for that. So as always, stay safe, have your stop losses in place, risk only which can afford to lose, don't overtrade, and everything will be fine. And I'll see you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. I will throw in another little technical piece tomorrow on something else. So stay tuned. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.